Hello, this is the Chaotic CAMPERVANNERS, and we've made this video in partnership with a Vanother Collective. The Vanother Collective is a group of like-minded campervanners, motorhome owners and caravan owners. Please check out the description below for the links to all of the lovely people who are in a Vanother Collective. Oh, and please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to all our channels. So this month's assignment is, don't laugh, just sounds like we're some kind of like spy or something. Your assignment for this month. This month's assignment is our top 3 sites of 2022. So our top 3 sites of the year. So we've only been to 3 sites this year, but we're going to talk about all 3 of them because we really liked the 3 sites we've been to this year, haven't we? But for different reasons.
Yeah. So
the first site that we went to was Umberley in North Devon. It's all 3 sites are camping and caravanning club sites. So Umberley, let's talk about the site first of all. It's a small campsite, isn't it? It's only got one facilities building. It is a perfect site for relaxing and exploring North Devon, isn't it? But it's really nicely kept, isn't it? It's absolutely immaculate.
I think Dad mostly enjoyed it because he could just sit. Because if we had a day at just the campsite, he could just sit out on his camping chair, reading his Kindle, having a coffee.
Well, that's right. And the views there are beautiful because it's just views of fields, isn't it?
I think one of the best things has got to be the games room.
Yeah, games room is really cool, isn't it? There's the football field, which, well, I mean, you could play any ball games down there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
There's a dog walk. So they've also got 2 tennis courts on site, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which you can hire. We didn't actually do that, but they do once a week for an hour. They've got tennis coaching.
Yeah, but only in the summer holidays, and it's kids.
For kids, that's right.
Yeah,
but it's an hour with a tennis coach, and she does these games, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's really, really fun.
You enjoyed it, didn't you?
So we had some little adventures and days out when we were in North Devon, didn't we?
We did. We went to Linton and Lynmouth.
Yeah, where we parked at Lynmouth. In Lynmouth, we did all of the things there were to do.
We had a good look round, didn't we?
And then we had a pasty on the quay, on the bench on the quay by the sea. And then we went and we looked at the Memorial Hall. And then we went up the funicular and we went into Linton. And when we were in Linton, we had a cream tea and all of that things, all those stuff. And then...
So we had a cream tea.
Yeah.
And the views from Linton are lovely, aren't they?
Yeah, and you can see more of the views if you use the binoculars that there were, because they have a binoculars stand.
The Memorial Hall tells the story of the flood, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. And that's free to get in, isn't it? But it is up some steps. So, Warhorse Valley Country Park.
Yes. It was very, 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 very fun.
So the Warhorse Country Park doesn't open until 2 o'clock, does it?
No.
Because it's a working farm.
Yeah.
There's lots of animals to see.
Yeah.
And feed. And there's lots and lots of different things to do. There's lots to keep you busy, isn't there? So there's a reconstruction of what the bunkers would have been like in World War One.
And warning, if you push a button, it will have realistic sounds and they are quite loud.
So we had a cream tea, didn't we? And some cake. And we went on the tractor trailer ride, which was really interesting. A lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there was lots of facts.
Yeah, he told us lots of information, didn't he, the farmer?
Yeah.
As he took us around, and we saw lots of cows. So there's a small museum, and it tells you a lot, doesn't it, about World War One, and about how
Michael Morpurgo came up with
the idea
of Warhorse.
That's right. And there's also the Joey puppet, isn't there?
Yeah.
Which was amazing to see.
Yeah.
And there was a DVD which was Michael Morpurgo explaining all about his inspiration and how he came up with the idea. So we also went to Ilfracombe, didn't we? And we spent a day there. We had lunch there, which was really nice. There's lots of little places to explore in Ilfracombe. And we also went to Westwood Ho, didn't we? We spent a day at Westwood Ho.
Yeah.
So the beach at Westwood Ho is really nice, isn't it? Because it's sandy, but there's also some rocks for rock pooling. And there's also the lifeguards as well. So it's a good beach to go to, isn't it?
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it there.
The second campsite that we're talking about today is Morton in Dorset, and it has 120 pictures.
It does. And we really like it there. We've been there before, haven't we?
Yeah.
So the one thing that you need to know about Morton is that it has got a train line right next to it.
Yeah.
And because there's a level crossing just outside the campsite, the trains do toot their horns as they come past the campsite.
Yeah. So if you don't want the loud noise, I would recommend asking for a pitch further down, like maybe near the children's play park, because that part you can never hear it.
No, it is a lot quieter down there. But we don't mind, do we? And we were right next to the train line. But the good thing about having the train line next to the campsite is that there's actually a station just outside the campsite.
Yeah, so if you did want to, like, go to Weymouth or
Dorchester, or in the other direction, you can go up to London on the train. So it is really, really easy. You can book online to use the trains, or I think there's a ticket machine there. But the trains are really modern. So we went down to Weymouth on the train, didn't we? And we thought it was really, really good and really easy.
We went down to see my cousins.
We did. Also, just outside the campsite is a really nice pub, isn't there?
Yeah.
The Frampton Arms. We highly recommend the Frampton Arms. The food in there is delicious, isn't it? It's really lovely inside. It's really cosy. So we really, really liked the Frampton Arms, and the staff in there were really lovely as well, and they looked after us really well. Also, there is a co-op, which is just down the road. So the campsite itself, there are 2 toilet and shower blocks. There's washing up area. There's a wildlife garden. It's a really, really nice site. There's also a really good play area. Why don't you tell us all about it, Bunny Whisperer?
The play area, it has a nice grass bit for playing ball games and things. Then also it has a nice play set with like a slide and a climbing frame and like the little ladder.
And there's a couple of swings as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
So there's plenty to do, isn't there, around Morton?
Yeah.
We chose to go to the Tank Museum, which was really, really interesting, wasn't it? We spent a day there. There's so much to do.
You get to see real tanks, like driving around a little course.
That was really interesting, wasn't it?
But sadly, we had to do it in the rain.
It was pouring down with rain when we were there, so make sure you got coats, because that is the main outside part, isn't it?
Yeah.
But inside, there's loads of tanks to look at. There's lots of different things to do.
Yeah. And also, I think my favourite part of it, there was a gaming area where you could play a video game called World of Tanks, and I quite enjoyed that.
So as well as the Tank Museum, the other place that is nearby that is really worth a day out is Monkey World, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Monkey World.
We really enjoyed it. We had been to Monkey World before a few years back. They've got amazing play areas at Monkey World, but also there are so many monkeys, chimpanzees.
I mean, why would it be called Monkey World if it didn't have monkeys?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Bluebell, why?
But there are orangutans. Oh, there's orangutan babies.
Orangutan babies!
So there is so much to see. It's definitely worth a day out. So as we said earlier, we took a train down to Weymouth, didn't we, to meet up with some family?
Yeah.
So tell us about the beach at Weymouth.
Okay, so there's one area that dogs can go on.
One end of the beach is pebbly, isn't it? And the other end?
Sandy. And they both gently slope into the water. And as it says on the Morton camping video that's on our YouTube channel, I recommend going to check that one out. It said we were too busy swimming to take any photos.
We were.
Also, there is actually quite a nice fish and chip place near the beach. So you can have fish and chips or chicken nuggets and chips, sausages and chips just on the beach.
So yeah, we really do like Moreton, don't we? And we're planning to go back again.
Yeah.
The one downside, I think, of Moreton is that it hasn't got wash cubicles. Yeah. And also, if you don't like the train, then obviously it's not the campsite for you. But we really like the Moreton campsite. So the final site that we're going to talk about is Salisbury. So we went there just for a weekend, didn't we?
Yeah.
So this is the Salisbury Camping and Caravanning Club site. It's very sunny today, but it has been raining. Over here is the rubbish and recycling. And that over there is Old Sarum. Salisbury campsite is an interesting site as it's a city site nestled in amongst green playing fields. It's away from the main road, but it is overlooked by the Iron Age fort of Old Sarum. The site has 2 fields and 2 amenity blocks. The first amenity block or toilet and shower block is at the top. The second one is part the way down. So there's plenty of playing fields around outside the campsite, and you can walk or cycle along by the river into the city of Salisbury. You can also drive, as there are plenty of car parks in Salisbury. If you walk up from the site to the main road, there's a bus stop, so you can get the bus into town. And you can walk across
Hudson's Field
up to Old Sarum. You can also drive up there, as there is a car park.
So, on that Friday evening, after I finished Cubs, we finished the rest of the packing and we went up to the Salisbury campsite. Then we saw, because it was a Friday evening, in Friday evenings they have a wood-fired pizza little stall where people can go and get some pizza to have for their tea.
It was really nice, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Pizzas were really good.
I recommend it.
Definitely. Also, on a Sunday morning, there was a breakfast van that was doing like breakfast baps and coffee, etc. A little further up from the site, there's a harvester, and they serve breakfast, lunch and dinner, of course. And down the road, there is a co-op. About a mile away, there's a Waitrose. And in Salisbury itself, there's the amazing Salisbury Cathedral. It's definitely worth a visit. There are museums and shops in the city centre, and twice a week, on a Tuesday and a Saturday, there's a market. Plus also at other times during the year, there are other markets and events in the market square. So about half an hour's drive away from the Salisbury campsite is Stonehenge, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is definitely worth a visit.
Yeah, I really, really like Stonehenge.
If you want to know about our top tips for visiting Stonehenge, we will be releasing a blog on that very soon, so keep your eyes peeled. So we also visited Woodhenge, which is close to Stonehenge, and also Avebury. So we were lucky enough to visit Avebury at the same time as the autumn equinox, so there was lots of things going on there.
Then on Sunday we went up to Old Sarum, and that was the original place of the Salisbury Cathedral.
Old Sarum is also an English Heritage Site, so if you do have English Heritage membership, you can visit both Stonehenge and Old Sarum for free.